It's not acid. Okay, so I took two 12-volt batteries and I dumped all the acid out of them. Okay, I cleaned them out, and then I put in a mixture, 2 cups of aluminum into 1 gallon of distilled water, and I filled the batteries back up. And the batteries give off 12 volts with the aluminum spice in there instead of acid. So this water that's in here is not going to burn you. And if you can see the water, but you can touch it, it's not going to burn you. You know, take it out here, I can just rub it all over your face. It's not going to hurt you. It's a spice that they use for pickling. Some cake recipes have aluminum in it too. So these batteries are not acid batteries, is what I'm trying to get across. So I hook them in series to get the 24 volts to run this little DC motor. Now, yeah, it's overkill if it was acid, but the fact is there's no acid in these batteries whatsoever. It's distilled water and aluminum, which is totally, you know, big industry lying to us, telling that acid is the way to go, but you can have other things in there that would create just as good a power, if not better. It's more cleaner, you know, there's no acid involved. How much would that save us, huh? Anyway, so the 24 volt DC motor, this is a little tiny motor. It spins 2000 RPMs when it's running on 24 volts, and it's going into a washing machine drain pump. Now this drain pump is hooked up opposite of what it would be in a washing machine, because it's in the washing machine doing a benign job, pumping water out. And when you realize that this thing could be used to power up tons of lights, it's like, whoa, they've been lying to us about everything the big companies are putting into the washing machines, dryers, everything we've consumed in the last 100 years all holds hidden secrets about how they've been lying to us about electricity. So this washing machine drain pump will put out electricity that will not harm you. You can touch it. It's clean, and you can hook it up to regular power outlets and power lights, okay? And if you create a spark gap coming off this, it'll not only turn on some lights, it'll turn on like 100 lights, okay? So some serious power with a spark gap. But even at that, you got 24 volts going in. By the time it comes out the other side, you add up all the volts that the lights come up to, and it's a lot more than what's going in. And that's the key here. You're getting more volts out than you're putting in, which is, according to science, impossible to do. We've been lied to on a grand scale, once again. Okay, so I got these hooked up in series, and I was just going to turn this on so you can see it powering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights in 2 different ways. So you got 4 lights hooked up direct, and then 1 hooked up to a power strip just by, you know, clipping clips onto it. So it's just, where the power would normally go into the washing machine drain pump, that's where we're going to get this radiant energy resonance. It's sound frequency that's coming out of there. It's going to shoot out of there, and it's going to cause the lights to come on. So I just wanted to, you know, film that, and then I'm going to shut the lights off and do it. See all the lights on? Okay, so what I have connecting these two is some electrical tape and some plastic wrap ties, just holding it together so that the spin carries through into the washing machine drain pump. So let's turn it on again. So these are crystal aluminum batteries, you know, made out of aluminum pickling spice and distilled water. So you heard that sound. That's a resonance. That's the sound, the frequency is causing the electrons in the iron to vibrate, and then powers the copper coil, sending electrical charge out, which is not the electricity that we use in the house. It's totally different. It's a resonance. Okay? And I'm going to do this with the lights out next. I'm just touching it on. So, little 24 volt DC motor is going to power all those lights, and it can power a lot more as well. And then once we put through a spark gap, the power that come out that send, we put a spark gap on it, it'll make 400 lights light up. So just 2 batteries could light up a whole street of houses. Tell me they ain't been lying to us. Or how about this over here? Okay, so what I did is we got an induction stove top. It's the kind of stove where you put a metal pan on and it cooks without causing any heat to be seen. So I built this simple bipolar coil. All it is cheap wire on end in a circle, and then I have it wired. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. See that it's glued onto a cardboard, a coil, and then it's hooked into a plug. And when the induction stove is on, it creates a field that cooks your food, but you can throw a coil like this on and then plug lights in on this side, and you get more watts coming out than the induction takes in. So just another lie that they've told us. You know, these things have a Tesla coil, bipolar coil right inside, creating a field. But it's a limited field. You have to have metal on here, and the field only goes about a ½ inch. So the coil in there is real weak. But we can get electricity to pass through it. This is what a coil inside there looks like. It's actually real cheap. And the circuitry inside the induction stovetop, you would never figure this out. It's all hidden from us. We've been lied to about all the components we buy, not just the stovetop. This over here, this is a washing machine drain pump. Okay, where the power is coming out is where the power would go in the washing machine. Again, they use this for something benign, but we can use it to generate all kinds of power. It's because they've been lying to us. The big companies have been lying to us forever about power and how we use it. No one knows how electricity really works. And once you figure out that you've been lied to on a grand scale, forget it. You know, you start doing stuff like this, it's all real, guys. We've been lied to about electricity. Okay, so this is the induction stovetop. You see the plug? I got it plugged into this over here. So normally you would just take this plate, turn it on, and put a metal plate on there, pot on there, and you cook your food, boil your water, whatever. So this is the bipolar coil I made. Fits right on top of there, and it's plugged into a power strip, and I got a light plugged into it. Because, you know, I can't keep the thing running with the copper coil on there, so I'm just trying to demonstrate the fact that they build us all kinds of inventions, but they give it to us. They're hiding the real power, the free energy that we could be extracting. It's resonance that controls everything, and I hope that makes sense. I'll try to get this thing going one last time. So again, I got the coil my homemade coil directly wired into a plug, which has got a light plugged into it. Induction stovetop on, and a pan which is getting really hot because it's been on there a couple times already, but I'm going to try to. Okay, it's induction stovetop's on, and I'm going to push this off with the coil, and you'll see the light come on. And now it's not recognizing the coil as iron, so the Tesla connection is not being made because of the circuitry inside the induction top not allowing it to work. But you saw the light come on. That proves that it does work. And if you didn't have that automatic shut off and you can have the field generating all the time, then it would keep, you would have more power coming out than you do going into the induction stovetop. So just another lie they've told us. Another instrument, another piece of equipment that's a freaking lie. I mean, I can't take this anymore. Everything I pick up and take apart is a damn lie. Everything from the big companies ever produced in the last 100 years is a damn lie. They're hiding free energy, free residence electricity.